Okay, so good morning, everybody. It's July the 7th. Let's start with our top-down analysis to see where we are at the beginning of this week. First thing on the daily chart, I am going to quickly mark off, which I realize I don't have on here, is this hourly CB, sorry, which I'm just going to mark there because that's of importance. That was the last one that we broke through. We've also got this high here. We're a bit far from that as well, but it's good to note it. I'm just going to put that across to there. But I am still bullish until we kind of come back to here. We'll break below, even down here, below this one actually. I'm still looking for bullish situations. So let's just go to the hour. And on the hour, I just want to make sure I've got my previous week's high and my previous week's low to help me determine where we're going. So let's see. So here's our previous week's high, and here is our previous week's low. And we have been consolidating here. We had the new week opening gap, as you can see. Let me just bring this down a little bit. I don't know why that is doing that. It's annoying. New week opening gap, which we filled. We've taken, this is our high from that we broke with these imbalances here, so that's why I've got that one marked. So I'm looking for a high, I'm looking for a possible reaction here to turn back up higher, all right, to reverse here to go back high. We've closed this new week opening gap. If we do break below here, then that's something else. I am going to mark up this though, because that is important, and I want to make sure that this is here because this is still quite an important high to make note of. And that was at 3 o'clock in the morning as well. 3 o'clock's our highs. Let's just go drop down to the 1 minute. We're approaching 9:30. We've got 1 minute to 9:30. That was the high from, that was this high here. No. That's at 3 a.m. high. Here we go. Here we go. And that was at 3:42. I'm just going to make a note of that. 3:42. Alright. Okay. So let's have a look. 9:30 has struck. Not yet. 9:30. And we've gone straight up. So we've taken this previous cycle's high already. How do I stop that? We've taken the previous cycle's high. Asia is still intact. Asia high is intact. We've already taken Asia low here. You see this SMT. Okay. If I just zoom out to the, maybe let's do the 5-minute chart, see what it really looks like. And we're looking for higher prices to the previous week's high. I would have preferred price to be down here before going up, but let's just have a look what happens come 9:45. We've got SMT at the top. So this is my point of interest is down here. So we've got 710, 700, 750 is here. $800 is here. So now we just wait. Okay, so I'll just voice over the remainder of this session because a few things happened at work, so I wasn't able to continue. But essentially, as you can see, price starts to drop down into my points of interest that I had marked out earlier. I've just noted the time at that high was made at 3:42. You can see a rejection happen there. I'm just checking on the 15-second time frame to see if we've got a market structure shift there, and also noting the time of the other high. So I am waiting to see, because I had noticed that the time at which the high is made, you often get a reaction at to the minute on the in your session. So at this, for me, obviously 9:42, that high was made, that for my point of interest was at 3:42, so I was looking for a reaction at 9:42. That was what I was waiting for. You see the drop down again into that point of interest to the T. I didn't take the trade yet, but I was just waiting for that 9:42. Price was a little bit higher, and as you can see, that's where I took the trade. As I say, time before price, that's what Zeus's always telling us, time before price. I must admit, I was expecting it to kind of continue up higher straight away, and as we can see, we do get some element of movement, but we drop down again here, which I was thinking, was that a bit premature? Notice I had 2 points of interest, the 9:42, and there was another high that was broken at 3:54. So maybe I should have been waiting for price to drop to 3:54, or 9:54 before I actually entered. But I did, and that was it. So as you can see, we had that retracement again. We've got SMT. I'm thinking, right, well, we're still on track, we're good, we can still keep moving in the upwards direction, and I would wait until 9:54 to maybe enter a second trade to see obviously where we were going. As you can see, we're now reaching the high from 9:30. And we have the SMT at the top, and to be honest, that's probably where I should have pulled out. Because as you can see, price started to kind of reject that level. I entered the trade there at 9:54, as I said I would, and as you can see, price is going down. I put my stop loss on, set my TP, and yeah, it dawned on me, oops, am I going in the wrong direction? This was not the reaction I was expecting. I mark out the previous cycle's low candle, and I am looking for a support from that previous cycle's low, a retest. And I'm thinking, okay, so we've just retested it, so that should be okay, and we should continue up higher. But the point is, this is where you have to be able to be nimble and not hold on to one-sided ideas. Look, we've just literally smashed through that previous cycle's low, and now mark up another fair value gap. And again, I'm thinking, I'm checking on the hourly time frame to see where we are. I see a big wick It is not looking too good the way that we're dropping down lower. I want to see the reaction to this wick, and if we will go past the 75 mark of that wick. And as we found support there, I'm thinking, okay, well, we should be all right. And essentially, even though we've gone through that fair value gap, and we also broke through the previous cycle's high, everything was saying we're going for lower prices, and we're in consolidation, as I was just noting there. And the point is, at the end of the day, I was reading it incorrectly and I didn't adjust. And this is something that I find that I keep doing. I don't adjust based upon what is seen there. Everything is there, and the charts are telling you exactly what they're going to do, but I am not adjusting, and I'm not willing to let go of what I thought was the right analysis as such. And essentially, price goes back and forth for a little while, until eventually, my stop loss get taken out. And for me, it was a bit annoying. I was really confident this morning, but I think I didn't take the time to really do the top-down analysis that I really needed to, in terms of reading what had happened in the London and Asia session, to see and also here, where, well, personally, I feel like, they're building up liquidity, buy-side liquidity. That's what I was thinking in my mind, but actually they were just moving down. And the minute that we went through that fair value gap and retested it, I think that was the sign that I should have really just got out before and not even let it go to my stop loss, because it wasn't going to turn around and go back up. And for me, unfortunately, I left the trade on running. It did hit my stop losses, and essentially that was it. But it was a good lesson to be learned, that I need to take more time with my top-down analysis before I go in, and not just because I wanted to trade at 942 and a 954, and I'm doing it regardless of what the charts are actually telling me. And this is it. You've got to learn quickly to accept that you could be wrong, as I did note quite early on. By 10 o'clock I was like, oops, I think I'm going in the wrong direction, but I didn't change it. And I guess this is something that I've really got to get used to, and get better at doing, is changing when the order flow changes. Not that the order flow changes, changing when I can see something different in the charts. As you can see, I still had hope at this point, because we are, we're going on a little bit higher. But as you well know, price turned around again. I'll be honest with you, I don't even think I was in front of the charts at this point. So so there you have it. Do let me know how you got on today. Any comments or feedback, anything that you see that I was doing wrong, would be much appreciated. And I'll be back at it again tomorrow. I'm not giving up on this thing. I really am not. So please do drop a comment or a like or something, and any pointers that you can sling my way would be most welcome. Have a good evening.